There are two versions of you, two completely different paths your day can take. Version A wakes up and instantly reaches for their phone. Before their feet even touch the ground, they've already fallen into the trap. 3 apps deep, reading about some tragedy halfway across the world, comparing their messy reality to someone else's perfectly curated highlight reel. By 7:05 a.m., their dopamine receptors are completely fried. They haven't even brushed their teeth yet, and they've already lost the day. But then there's version B. Version B wakes up differently. Instead of consuming, they calibrate. No screens, no letting the world crash into their mind yet. By 7:05 a.m., they're in what I call the predator state. Calm, focused, dangerous, ready. Most people think the difference between these two timelines comes down to luck. Or maybe they believe version B is just built different. Let me tell you something. That's a complete lie. I used to think those perfect days were just random accidents. I'd literally pray for them. Then I discovered something game-changing, an ancient Greek system called Enkrateia. It's basically a biological override code that forces your brain to have a good day, whether it wants to or not. This isn't about some basic productivity hacks. This is about pure biology. And if you stay with me for the next 8 minutes, I'm going to hand you the manual to your own nervous system. Here's the raw truth most self-help gurus are too scared to tell you. Discipline is a fragile resource. If you're relying on pure willpower to get out of bed and not scroll, you're going to lose every single time. You don't need more discipline. What you need is a better biological baseline. When you wake up, your brain is in this chemically vulnerable state. It's searching for a signal. Neuroscientists call this the Cortisol Awakening Response, or CAR. Now, don't tune out just because I said cortisol. I know we've been trained to think cortisol is just the stress hormone, and stress is the enemy. But in the morning, cortisol is your rocket fuel. A healthy car is like this perfect spike of energy that wakes up your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for focus, logic, and not acting like a toddler. You want this spike. But here's where 99% of people completely wreck their lives. When you look at a screen the second you wake up, you hijack this whole process. The blue light and that dopamine hit from scrolling, they don't give you energy, they give you anxiety. You turn that beautiful energy wave into a stress spike. It's literally like revving a Ferrari in neutral until the engine blows up. Before you've even opened the garage door, you're redlining your brain before you've even had water. The Greeks figured this out 2,000 years before the iPhone existed. Aristotle talked about 2 states of being. The first is enkrateia. This is when you act against your better judgment. You know you shouldn't scroll. You know you should work out, but you don't. That's enkrateia, a weakness of will. The antidote? That's enkrateia. Translated literally, it means power over oneself. Most people try to use enkrateia in the middle of the day. They tried to resist the cookie at 2 p.m. They tried to force focus at 4 p.m. But that's way too late. You're already drained. Here's the secret I discovered. The thing that changed everything for me. You don't have enkrateia. You build it. And you build it in the first 20 minutes of your day. Think of it like a resource bar in a video game. Fill it up in the morning. The rest of the day feels easy. Start on empty. Everything feels like a grind. So how do we fill the bar? We use the SEI method. 3 tiny habits. Total time, less than 10 minutes. First up, the optical reset, or what I call the sky gaze. The rule is simple. You must view photons before pixels. This is non-negotiable. When light hits the cells in your retina, it signals the suprachiasmatic nucleus in your brain. This does 2 crucial things. It triggers that healthy cortisol pulse we talked about earlier, your energy fuel. It sets a timer for about 12 to 14 hours later to release melatonin. That means looking at the sky now is actually why you'll sleep better tonight. Here's the protocol. Get outside. No sunglasses. No window glass. It blocks the specific wavelengths you need. Just you and the sky. If it's sunny, 2 minutes. Cloudy, 10 minutes. Raining? Grab an umbrella and get out there. Level 1 quest. Before you check your texts, before you check your crypto portfolio, step outside. Do this, and you're already in the top 1% of modern humans. Next up, the analog anchor, or the paper download. The rule here, externalize your RAM before you load new data. When you wake up, your default mode network is active. This is the part of your brain that drifts, daydreams, and ruminates. Your brain is full of residue from your dreams and subconscious anxieties. If you jump straight into content consumption, you push that residue down. You don't clear it, you compress it. This creates this background hum of anxiety that follows you all day. You feel stressed, but you can't put your finger on why. Here's the protocol. You need to dump the cache. Take a pen and paper. Not a digital app, actual paper. The tactile friction matters. Write down 3 things. 1 worry. Get that anxiety out of your head and onto the page so you can look at it objectively. 1 goal. What's the single mission for today? 1 gratitude. Train your brain to scan for positives, not threats. This takes 90 seconds, but the clarity it buys you is worth hours of productivity. Finally, the physiological sigh, or what I call the system reboot. The rule: manually override your nervous system. Sometimes, you wake up and your heart's already racing. Maybe you had a bad dream. Maybe you're just anxious. Your body's in a sympathetic state, fight or flight. You cannot do deep work in this state. You can't just think yourself calm. You have to use the body to control the mind. We're going to use a tool popularized by neuroscientists like Andrew Huberman, the physiological sigh. Here's the protocol. Double inhale through your nose. The first one is long, the second one is a short, sharp sip to pop open the alveoli in your lungs. Then, a long, extended exhale through your mouth. In. Oot. Do this 5 times. This dumps carbon dioxide from your system and physically flips the switch in your nervous system from panic to focus. Let's look at the scoreboard. The NPC morning. Alarm, phone, doom scroll, anxiety spike, coffee, rush out the door. Result: by 9 a.m., you're just reacting to the world, playing defense. The Enkrateia morning. Alarm, physiological, sigh, 30 seconds. Walk outside, 5 minutes. Write on paper, 2 minutes. Total time, under 8 minutes. By 8 a.m., you've optimized your hormones, cleared your mental RAM, calibrated your nervous system. You haven't done any work yet, but you've already won. You've built the resource of Enkrateia. Now, when you sit down to work, you're not fighting yourself. You're flowing. This is how the elite operate. They don't have more willpower than you, they just have better protocols. Here's the final ugly truth. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just chemically misaligned. You've been trying to run a high-performance operating system on hardware that's full of junk files and cortisol spikes. Stop trying to be productive. Start trying to be biological. I have a challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, try the optical reset. Just that one thing. Get outside before you get online. If you're ready to stop being a dopamine zombie and start operating like a human being, drop a sun emoji in the comments right now. I read every single one, and I want to see who the real operators are. And listen, once you win the morning, you need to keep that focus for the rest of the day.